Hello and welcome back to Song Surveys on Sofas with Superheroes. So this year my goal is to make 52 videos, so one video per week. And I'm gonna alternate weeks. So the first week is going to be, well, this week is going to be a brand new song of something that came out within the past week or 2 weeks. And then the next week is gonna be an old school song, like the band might not even be around anymore, but just a song that I love, still listen to often, and am so sad that it didn't hit mainstream. Well, at least like super mainstream. So yeah, so this week is going to be a new one just because the very first Friday of the year, one of my all-time favorite bands, Switchfoot, came out with brand new music to start the year off. So I'm so excited about that. Really love Switchfoot. I've loved them for a very long time. Seen them multiple times live in concert, and seeing them this year actually, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, so anyway, let's jump into it. So the song that came out on this past Friday was Let It Happen. And I just like, okay, let me just start. So the very first opening notes, so this is going to be their first song on the album, at least according to iTunes. And I think it's a really strong opening. The music starts really quietly and then has this really great build up. And I think that's a really great way to start. And the music is definitely grabbing. It grabbed me from the beginning. So I really liked that. And was really excited about the song. Like the second I heard the music, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. The verses are fantastic. They are just so wonderful, and I really love it because each line in the verse has like a two-part to it, and it's like has this like awesome rhyming scheme, and so the two parts in the line work with the other part, but then the line that goes either before it or after it doesn't necessarily match exactly what that one line is, but it still fits the theme of the verse. So I think it was really well done. So you get this kind of like interaction of this like quick, succinct, each line is a little bit different, but then works with the whole verse. So I really love that. I think it's really great. And the words they chose and the rhymes that they chose to do that with were really just worked so well. And I really do enjoy the verse. It's so fantastic. And I also especially like that towards the end of the verse, right before the chorus is building up, they have this like really great additional like piece of instrumental music that I really love, and it definitely adds, and again it gets you like ready for the chorus. Unfortunately the chorus is not my favorite part of the song. This is where the track title comes in. So they repeat that a couple times, and then they talk about tomorrow and the future, right? So it's tomorrow is the one line in the chorus, and then future is the next line. And I think as a whole, it totally works. It works. It's really well done, and you know the use of pronouns and then like conjunctions and stuff totally makes it go together. But unfortunately, they did such a good job with the verses that then when you just hear tomorrow, tomorrow, future, future, you're like, wait, really? That was like it? I mean, you did all this great rhyming stuff like in the verse above, and then you get to the chorus and you just use tomorrow, tomorrow, and future, future. So that's where I think it a little bit falls apart for me. Again, separately, it's pretty good. The chorus is a solid chorus, but just after you hear the verse, it just isn't the same, especially when you get to the second verse. Oh, man. So the first line in the second verse might be one of my favorite things that I've heard in a really long time. The line is, "My fever is breaking, my body is aching." Ugh. It's just so good. It's just so good. But what makes it so good, not only the words are fantastic, but the way he sings it is really great. So he starts off just like he started the first verse, but then when he gets the word breaking, he adds this like little bit of a rasp to it, and it's just fantastic. And then he continues with the rasp, but then right before he says aching, he lets the music play for like a half second longer, and it just adds this feel. It's just like this genuine, like raw. Oh, it's really great, and I think it works so well with that line in particular. It's just fantastic. So I really, really love the second verse, and the whole rest of the second verse is so strong, and it's just such a solid piece of music. It's really fantastic. And then again, it goes into the chorus, and I hear a difference in the second chorus. I don't know if it's true. When I looked online for the lyrics, it did not have the change in it. I want to say the first time he talks about the future, it says "you are my future" or "you're my future," but then the second time I hear "you hold my future," which, if that's true, I actually like, which makes me like the second chorus more than I like the first chorus. But in general, I love when bands subtly change the choruses anyway, so no matter what it is, I like when they do that. I think it really adds to the song, and I love that it's not just like the same thing over and over again. I like when they switch it up a little bit, so I do really appreciate so then it goes into this guitar solo, and that, I will admit, is where the song really falls apart for me, especially after such a strong second verse. It's just, oh, it's really not good. And it's maybe separately it's good. It changes the feel of the song completely. It's very different. They kind of like just switch over quickly to this like sudden guitar solo, and it changed the whole like vibe of the song for me, and I really just wasn't expecting it, and it kind of goes in a direction I wasn't expecting. So again, I wasn't the biggest fan of that in particular, but then when they go back into the chorus after this guitar solo, they kind of change up the chorus a little bit, just musically, and like holding certain words and things like that. So that definitely brings it back a little bit. It's a nice welcome back to right before they end the song, which they end with just like a fading out instrumental, which is a great compliment to the introduction. So I think the introduction is really strong with the build up, and then the end is really strong with the fade out. But yeah, I mean, I love the verses. I think the verses are really strong, and I am so excited to see what happens with this album. I cannot wait. The other songs they've released have been really great too so far, so I'm really looking forward to the rest of the album coming out. I again am maybe a little bit biased because I've loved Switchfoot for so long, but yeah, really great song. Really love the verses. Definitely something worth checking out. And yeah, so I will see you guys next week with an old school track that I've listened to for years and cannot get out of my head. So yeah, all right, I'll see you guys later.